Welcome to the Visualize Meditations podcast, hosted by your friend Sasha Patil, a Chopra certified meditation teacher. The first step to creating the life of your dreams is to create a clear and compelling vision for what you want for the future. I'll be guiding you on visualization meditation so you can get clear on your deepest desires. Let's get started so you can turn your vision into a reality. Hi, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Visualize Meditations podcast. It's your gal pal Sasha, and we're here for another solo series. Currently, I'm in Queenstown, New Zealand. You can see there's a gorgeous background behind me if you are watching the video. Well, I don't even know if I have video available yet, but I'm in Queenstown, New Zealand, and I leave today to go to Auckland, and I'll do some day trips around there. So that's me painting the scene for you. The last couple days, what have I gotten up to? I was hanging out in Christchurch, New Zealand with my uncle, and I did a bunch of tours, met some really cool solo female travelers, which you've met. You've met Emily. Hung out with her last night. Actually, she's in Queenstown, which was really fun. But it's been really great and really wholesome, and something I've been experiencing a lot is everywhere I'm going, of being welcomed in with open arms to families and to the people around me. When I was in Sydney, Australia, for the last leg of my trip, I was welcomed into my friend's family, and then I got to Christchurch and I was welcomed into my uncle's friend's family, and just everywhere I go, I feel like I'm being really welcomed into family and into everything, and I just feel people are incredible, and I feel so loved, even by just strangers that don't know me, which is such a beautiful experience to be going through. And even just the people I'm meeting along the way, I've met so many solo female travelers, specifically on tours. I think a man, like a solo male traveler, is probably just like renting a car and going in to see the sights, but solo female travelers like love a tour. It's like a safe way to get from point A to point B, and it's a great way to meet people. And I've met a lot of solo female travelers and a lot of just like really cool, interesting people. Met someone on a freaking plane. I never talk to people on planes, and I met this incredible woman who was sitting next to me. And just hearing her story, she actually was born and raised in the town where I grew up. Like, not even a surrounding town, like the actual town where I grew up, which was really cool. And just like hearing people's stories, and she had an incredible story, and I'm just meeting a lot of people, and it's really, really enjoyable. And I'm loving this experience so far with that. I didn't end up getting a chance to record with my uncle, which is such a shame because he's like the wackiest fucking guy. But yeah, it's been really, really nice to just feel so welcomed and loved by everybody that I'm encountering. Like all my hosts, I just feel like I'm dropping into these people's lives and I'm just being welcomed with open arms. And it's funny because I've told the story about what I'm doing, and I've told the story about my breakup probably a million times at this point to just like people who are asking me, and everyone's like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I'm like, "United States." And they're like, "Whereabouts?" And I'm like, "Well, grew up outside of Philly, lived in New York, lived in Miami, and now I live fucking nowhere. So do I say Philly, New York, or Miami? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question, so I just give them the answer. But for right now, I'm from outside of Philly because the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, so go freaking Birds. But yeah, it's it's interesting and messy. And yeah, so I was in Christchurch for a couple of days, hung out there, which was gorgeous. I did a Akaroa tour, I did a wine tour, met some really cool solo female travelers, like hung out with my uncle, hung out with his friends and their family. We took out like solo female travelers for dinner. Like I met two solo female travelers on a wine tour, and you met Emily. We literally recorded in the back of the bus. And then us and our other gal pal we met, the three of us and my uncle went out for dinner, which was super nice. Next day, I did like an Akaroa tour, met two more solo female travelers, which was really cool. Next day, hung out with my uncle and just chilled out, went out for dinner with his friends. And to be honest, I worked a ton on that leg of the trip. I was staying by myself, which was really nice. And I got a lot of work done. And I've honestly been on the phone with fucking Dr. Leprechaun I can have him on while I'm working, typically. Depends on what I'm working on, but we'll be on the phone for a long time, or like I'll fall asleep talking to him on the phone or something like that. And it's been really nice. I booked fucking therapy for when I get back to the States. I'm going to be back in the States very soon. I leave to go back to the States in 4 days, 5 days, something like that. And I booked a double session of fucking therapy. Like, it took me forever to get my therapist's scheduling thing, whatever. And I was like, can I book a fucking double? Because I need it. I need support. I'm going through so much, specifically with like the travels are a lot and the stress and overwhelm with the travels are a lot, but specifically around the stuff with Dr. Leprechaun and all of that is a lot to manage emotionally. Like, I didn't expect to fall in love with somebody right after I got out of my relationship, and and we're both, hooking up with other people and both going and experiencing that, but it's also like very painful because we care and love each other so much, and it's like like the only way to get out of this is to commit to a relationship, but I'm not ready to do that. I don't think he's ready to do that. And yeah, it's fucking messy. And it's really challenging. And that's why my mood is low right now, is because I got off the phone with him just now and we both hooked up with other people over the weekend, and it's really painful. It's really painful to both be single and living our own lives, and we're in the same experience, we're in the same boat, going through the same thing. And it's difficult because I could see myself in a relationship with this person. I just can't do it right now. And I think the thing that we're doing right now is the healthiest thing for us, but it's challenging. And basically what happened is Mr. Melbourne called me out of the blue and he offered to come hang out with me in Queenstown for the last couple of days. And he literally booked it like 16 hours before the fucking flight. And my Airbnb had 2 twin beds, and he came and we hung out and we hooked up and whatever. And Dr. Leprechaun, like, I'm very open and honest with him about what's happening, and he was like spiraling and upset about it. And then over the weekend, he went and hooked up with someone else, which obviously, like, he totally should. And I should totally do it because we're both single people and we both should go out and experience what it's like to go and be with other people. And, it is what it is. So it's like growing through the experience and through the pain. Like, I didn't expect to fall for somebody so fast. And who knows where the hell I'm gonna be in a year. Like, maybe this is just like a blip in the road, but maybe this is like it. I don't fucking know. So this is why. Do you see why I fucking need therapy? I have no idea what's happening right now with him, other than the fact that we're so into each other and doing our thing and, being single people, but also having feelings for one another. And it's complicated and it's messy, but that's what this year is supposed to be. This year is supposed to be complicated and messy, and the plot is supposed to be thick. And I'm supposed to have no fucking idea what I'm doing. And whatever. I didn't expect my romance area to be the area that felt really messy and entangled, but it is. And that's that, I guess. I guess maybe I did, right? Like, I really thought I was going to be processing through a breakup, which I still am processing through the breakup. It's interesting. Every couple of days, I remember something else about my relationship, and I was like, oh, that was another thing that was messed up. That was another thing that was messed up. And every couple of days, I like remember something about ways that the relationship wasn't aligned for me. So as time goes on, it's getting easier and easier to deal with. And I feel like I'm moving on more and more, but I do feel like very entangled and messy in my like other romantic endeavors, especially just like falling for somebody so quickly after and like dealing with the repercussions of that and what that looks like. And this wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to be off gallivanting, being a little hoe, hooking up with whoever. And here we are, like, nope. Couple weeks later after my split, I'm like, I fell for somebody. But that's the thing, is like, you can't choose, like the heart fucking chooses. So it happened and it's happening, and I'm growing through this experience. Like, when Dr. Leprechaun came to hang out with me, I didn't think I was like really worried about falling for him. And it's my friend was telling me, don't make the decision out of fear. If you fall for him, you fall for him. You'll grow through that experience too. And I truly am. Like, going through this is a fucking whirlwind. It's a whirlwind of being super into somebody, but just not being ready or not being in a space to commit to them. It's really challenging. It comes with its own challenges, especially if we're like both going and seeing other people and whatever, and know it's the healthiest thing and the best thing, but there's still emotions there. There's no denying. Like, it still fucking sucks. Like, knowing that it sucks for him knowing I hooked up with somebody. It sucks for me knowing he hooked up with somebody, but it's also at the same time, it's like, well, we should be doing that. Like, we're fucking single people and we should be going and experiencing other people. And like, I've had this pattern of when I'm end a relationship, I jump into another relationship right after, and I never mean to. I never mean to get into another relationship after one ends, ever. And it just fucking happens. It just keeps happening, and I don't know how. Like, maybe the love potion is just too fucking strong, but every fucking time I get out of a relationship, I'm okay, I'm gonna be single, I'm gonna be single, and then someone comes and whatever, I end up in a relationship, but I don't wanna do that pattern again. I don't wanna fall in the same pattern again where I end up with somebody or fall into a relationship too quickly. I don't wanna do that. I'm taking my time with this, and I'm like, I'm not ready to be in a committed relationship. Like, I'm just not ready for it. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm actually gonna see him in Salt Lake when I go, so that'll be really interesting to see what the fuck is happening. It's complicated and it's messy. Like, you can't have growth without pain, and that's what this is. It's pain. It's having feelings and having feelings for each other and not being able to do what you want, but also knowing it's the healthiest thing for you, and like growing through this experience, growing through this pain, emoting, recognizing that it's coming up, and just like fucking dealing with it. So that's what I'm going through right now. And also, just everyone knows my favorite flavors of suffering are stress and overwhelm. Like, the stress and overwhelm I've been having over work shit. Like, I had a legal thing that I think was resolved, was not. I don't know. I'm like, not a legal thing, but like a one of those admin business LLC things that I thought was resolved and it wasn't, but now it might be. I don't know. And it's like all of these things just pile up, and managing the stress and the overwhelm of feeling like I want to get everything done and feeling like there's not enough time. And okay, I've been saying for literally a month I need to hire this out. Have I done a single fucking thing to hire out the business stuff? No, I have not. I have not. I've not done a single thing, because that would actually take sitting down and posting the thing instead of me just going and doing the work myself. So it's been crazy. But as far as the fun stuff, I have been in Queenstown. I've been drinking like a motherfucker too. In the last 10 days, I think I've had drinks like 8 of those days or 9 of those days. Today I'm not gonna drink, thank fucking God. But yeah, I've been drinking a ton. But I got into Queenstown like midday. Literally took my fucking Uber to the bungee place, bungee jump. I'm wearing my bungee jump shirt right now because I'm gonna hit a workout fucking finally. Went to do my bungee jump. It was incredible. You guys have seen that. Maybe that's probably gonna be in this episode. I'm obviously wearing my Seek Discomfort shirt. Shout out Yes Theory. How am I feeling right now? I was like, how much time do I have before my jump? They're like, 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, great. I'm gonna record a podcast about what I'm going through right now because I'm really going through it. I feel highly anxious right now. Not just about this, just about life in general. I'm feeling really overwhelmed. Shit is falling through the cracks. I feel like my health is falling through the cracks. I feel like I'm not connecting with friends and family, and my relationships just feel like they're falling through the cracks. I'm having a hard time managing work and like my 9 to 5 and my business and travels and being present. And I feel like I'm having the hardest time ever and just feeling so overwhelmed. And this, I'm feeling so fucking nervous about right now. I literally just got off the plane. I got off the plane. I called my Uber to this bungee center right here. And this is the first thing I'm doing when I'm in Queenstown, New Zealand. And what better way to celebrate than to sit down and record a fucking podcast? So I just wanted to record about what I'm going through right now. And yeah, it's like a lot of overwhelm. It's yes, online, it looks like I'm having the best time ever. It looks like I'm traveling and having fun. And listen, I am. I'm having the best time. I'm having so much fun. No one has ever had more fun than me. Oh my God. Yeah, no one has ever had more fun than me. But it's also a lot. Like, it's very overwhelming, and it's a lot to manage, and it's a lot to balance. And I think just in my normal life, I'd feel really stressed and overwhelmed. And I said in another episode that it's my favorite flavor of overwhelm, stress and stress. It's my favorite flavor of stress. My favorite flavor of suffering is stress and overwhelm. Obviously, my words are a little jumbled because I'm feeling so nervous. Oh my God. But yeah, I think in my regular life, like managing business and everything, oh my God, is someone gonna go again? Just managing my business and my life regularly, I was feeling stressed and overwhelmed. But on top of travel and on top of everything else, it's whatever. Okay, I took some time. I took 5 minutes to meditate in the car before I got here. And I'm thinking about what is my intention going into this jump. I went skydiving and I loved it. And I had a lot of intention going into that one. For this one, my intention is, I think, the same as all my intentions for this whole year, which is surrender to the experience, enjoy it, really just be present in the moment and let it be a symbol for what I'm going through in life. I just allow myself to experience all the lessons that I'm experiencing and life begins on the other side of fear, and feel fear, do it anyway, and just enjoy the ride. And those are my intentions going in, and just let it fucking go. Just let it fucking go. Like everything will get done, whatever. Just enjoy my time, like be present, really just sink into this moment. So, fuck. That's what I'm going through right now. Those are my intentions going into. I'm like feel really shaky, but I feel this way like before everything anyway. Not everything, but I feel this way a lot before. Guys, I don't know. My words are jumbled. And this is the reality of being an adrenaline junkie is you have these feelings, then you just go and you do the thing and it's scary and you just do it anyway. And I, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Great. Awesome. I don't even know what else to say. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just anxiety is real and overwhelm is real and it's something I'm feeling and something I'm experiencing and learning how to just let go and figuring out the balance. I think I'm figuring out the balance. And guys, I'm just going to go get ready and go fucking jump because I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I'm just mumbling. I'm just rambling and it's happening. So I'm going to go do that thing and maybe I'll record when I'm done. So we'll see you on the other fucking side. All right, y'all. I just finished my bungee and zip ride, which is basically like a zip line swing situation. How do I feel? Honestly, so much more calm. I feel so much more calm. What I learned, life is on the other side of fear. That we knew. That was obvious. But it's like scary for a second. It's scary the whole time, but it's like scary in the first initial jump. And then after you make that jump, it's just pure bliss. And I had the same experience after skydiving as well, where it's like that first jump is so scary. But once you make the jump, it's just you're being present and you're being blessed. And I will say it's like riding a high after. I do feel an emotional high after jumping. That's what it is. They call it actually bungee brain. Is one of the crew told me that. So definitely bungee brain, but it's like a sense of calm, like a sense of overwhelming calm at the same time where it's okay. Yeah, I fucking did that. And I was so anxious before, like anxious about everything in life, and now everything's gonna work out. Why you stress, bitch? It's fine. But yeah, everything is on the other side of fear. Your life begins on the other side of fear. Feel fear and do it anyway. And the initial jump is scary, but the ride down is ultimate bliss. The jump looks scary, but once you make it, it's just like being present and enjoying the ride. And just like enjoying like the fun like thing. At the end it's be like, wee. So there's a lot of that. And yeah, I was feeling really overwhelmed and stressed about everything on my to-do list and everything that's going on with me. And there's other stuff too that's happening with some romantic interests, obviously. But I'm just feeling a lot of overwhelm around everything right now. And after doing that jump, I'm at peace. I'm at complete peace and I feel fucking amazing. I feel proud of myself. I feel calm, overwhelming calm, but also a natural high, like adrenaline. But everything's gonna fucking work out. Like, why you stress, bitch? Like, why you stress? And who needs coffee in the morning, honestly? You just need a fucking bungee. Uh, would I do it? They're like, oh, go do the tall one. I might not. Probably not, to be honest with you. I don't know if I do this again. I probably would at some point, but would you do skydiving again? When I feel called to. I felt called to do this and it was important and impactful, and it's also so freaking beautiful. I hope we get to see somebody jump out. I'm sure like people have jumped out since I've been sitting here recording and I just haven't been watching, but regardless, I feel fucking awesome. Life is incredible. And this is your sign. This is your sign. Stop sweating the small stuff, dude. Overwhelm is a feeling, it's emotion, and it's don't let it fucking ruin your life. Everything will work out. Everything is happening the way it's supposed to. Like, chill. This is life and you're meant to enjoy it and just do your thing. Like, fuck that shit. Life is incredible. Just enjoy the fuck out of it while you have it. Live it to the fullest. Grab life by the fucking balls and just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the adventure. The jump is scary, but the ride down is fucking bliss. I'm probably repeating myself, and this is maybe a pep talk, maybe motivational. I don't know. This is how I'm feeling after. It's like calm, adrenaline. Overwhelm is gone. Overwhelm is fucking gone. I just feel like peace and like confidence and just like fucking swag, dude. I feel fucking swag. Yeah, so that's what I went through on my little bungee adventure. I'm sure I'll do like more of a recap, but this was like a quick episode just to shoot the shit, talk about what I'm going through. and be on the ride. Everyone's, oh, who are you here with? I'm by myself. I literally got off the plane, called an Uber straight here, jumped off a freaking bridge, did a little swing situation, and now I'm gonna go to my Airbnb and hang out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little adventure with me. Did my bungee jump, and that like really helped. I was going through a lot of overwhelm, stress, whatever, a lot of it dealing with Dr. Leprechaun and all of that, and like just work stuff. And then all fell to the wayside. Just be like, okay, don't fucking sweat the small stuff, bro. Like, just go. Did that. Got back to the Airbnb. Mr. Melbourne met me here. We went out for like food, drinks. It was fun. We ended up like hanging out. We ran into someone he met at the bus station and had drinks with them, which was awesome. And then next day, got up at the crack of fucking dawn and went on a Milford Sounds tour, which was incredible. It was like a 6-hour drive for a 2-hour cruise, but honestly worth it. Like so gorgeous. Like some of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen in my life. It was so insane. So saw Milford Sounds, came back, had dinner, drinks, Ferg Burger, if you're ever here. It's so fucking good. I don't remember what night we ended up just hanging out, the two of us. No. Oh my God. No. Okay, so the first night, Mr. Melbourne meets me here, and my uncle texted me a couple, like the one I stayed with in Christchurch, and you're having dinner with my friend Emily on Friday. I was like, okay, Mr. Melbourne's gonna be there too. Oh, that's fine. Emily's roommate's gonna be there. Okay, great. Or sorry, Annalise, not Emily. Annalise. So I booked you dinner at this place. So we show up. And apparently my uncle calls the restaurant ahead of time and has them set up the tasting menu for us and has us do a wine pairing. And he calls the restaurant and pays for the whole fucking dinner, and he's not even there. And this dinner is gorgeous. They don't have Michelin star in New Zealand, but if they did, they'd probably be one of those places. But this dinner was gorgeous. It was like 7 courses and pairings of wine, and it was incredible. It was an incredible meal, and it was like, my uncle just paid the restaurant or called the restaurant and paid for the whole thing. It was insane. So did that, had a nightcap. Next day, Milford Sounds tour. And then that's when we ended up having drinks with that girl that, her name was Georgia, with this girl, Georgia, that Mr. Melbourne met at a fucking bus stop. And then what else? Next day we rented a car and took it to Wanaka and enjoyed that beautiful little town and like that lake. And it was so gorgeous, so nice, so much fun. The drive was so beautiful. Stopped at a like pub on the way back, had dinner, drinks, Ferg Burger, the whole vibe. And then yesterday we did a e-bike wine tour situation where basically a shuttle takes you to a winery and then you rent bikes and you like bike to all these other wineries and stuff. And listen, I'm not comfy on a bike. My parents barely taught me how to ride a bike. I have a very traumatic experience about riding a bike with my college fucking roommate who taught me how to ride a bike basically. And I'm just not great on a bike. I can do it. I go to Soul Cycle twice a week. I can do it. It's just the balancing and not hitting people thing that really gets me. So I only fell off twice. And also like we're biking on the sides of fucking cliffs in New Zealand. If I wobble a little bit, I'm like falling to my death. It's not cute. So fell off twice, hit a bunch of wineries, had fun. Last night went out for dinner and then ended up meeting up with Emily, who I recorded with, for drinks last night. And then woke up this morning. Mr. Melbourne was gone by the time I woke up, and that was that. So yeah, and now today I've just been sitting, I've been working. I'm gonna meet up with Emily for a little workout. We're gonna do that whole thing, and then I'm gonna leave for my flight for Auckland in a couple of hours. So how am I feeling right now? Honestly, I feel sad about everything that's happening with Dr. Leprechaun, and it's like I feel like I'm silly and foolish almost for falling for somebody this fast after my breakup, but you can't help it. Sometimes it just fucking happens, okay? And I'm growing through the experience, but I feel sad about that. I'm also like I've been drinking so much. I think it's wearing on my emotional state. I just feel really, I don't know, just like a mix of everything. But right now I just feel sad about the whole thing, and it's tough. It's tough, and I just wanna like, the rest of my life is great. I feel a little stressed and overwhelmed, obviously. When do I not feel that way? But yeah, I'm just going through a ton. And also this morning I got to FaceTime a friend finally who's also going through a breakup, and we got to sit and chat for an hour about what happened with her breakup, what happened with my breakup, and It's so weird. I feel like in our mid-20s with those people who got into relationships in college or whatever, who are in long-term relationships, they either get to a point where they, like, break up or get engaged, and I broke up. My girlfriend and her person broke up. Like, it's just something that you go through, I guess, but stronger on the other side, and the experience is great, and I'm learning so much, and I'm just so happy in my life right now. But yeah, these romantic entanglements really are getting me, I have to say, and they're challenging, but I guess that's the whole point, right? Like, I'm being challenged with this, and I'm growing through the experience, and I'm learning what it's like to date around and date casually and fall in love and whatever. Is this guy a rebound? I don't know. Is this guy the real deal? I don't know. But either way, I'm growing through the experience, and I want to be present. I want to be present in all of these emotions. I want to be present in how I feel right now. I want to be present in the pain. I want to feel present in falling in love. I want to be present in my travels and just experience this, because this is where growth happens. This pain is where growth happens. This messiness, this uncertainty, this overwhelm, this stress, this is where growth happens. And like, how many times do I have to learn the fucking lesson to just not let all the small shit get to me, and just be present with it and just to fucking enjoy it, because this is life. This is life. The messiness, the uncertainty, the having no fucking idea what you're doing. This is life. And I want to be present with it. So that's what I'm going through right now. I'm going to wrap up some work and then hit the fucking I'm going to hit a fucking workout and then go. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Visualize Meditations podcast. Sorry, I'm I'm not sorry. I'm documenting what I'm going through right now. And today I'm a little low energy because I was a little fucking hungover this morning. And Dr. Leprechaun and I just had a really intense conversation, and it's painful, but we're growing through it. So we'll see you guys next week on the Visualize Meditations podcast. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Visualize Meditations podcast. Please follow, subscribe, leave a review, all of the good things. If you want to connect more, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Living Your Vision. So what are you waiting for? Get out there, create the life of your dreams, and we will see you next week.